Did you know that 22 of the world's 30 most polluted cities are in India? An unsettling reality indeed. The World Air Quality Report recently published these shocking findings, painting a stark image of the environmental crisis we're facing in India. This isn't just about smog-filled cityscapes. It's about unchecked industrial growth, booming without proper environmental safeguards. It's about rapid urbanization, with sprawling cities expanding at unprecedented rates. It's about our excessive use of plastic, a material that threatens our lands and oceans alike. Every day these factors contribute to the growing pollution problem, intensifying the environmental challenges we face. Each puff of smoke from factories, every construction site clouded in dust, and each plastic bag discarded thoughtlessly, they all add up. And it's not just about India. This is a global issue. But the fact that India is home to the majority of the world's most polluted cities is alarming. This isn't just a statistic. It's a wake-up call to each of us to take action. But the problem runs deeper than just air pollution. In India, we're facing an environmental crisis that's multifaceted, with deforestation, water pollution, soil degradation, and wildlife loss all playing a part. And the data we have is alarming. Let's take a closer look at each of these issues. First, let's talk about deforestation. The lush green forests that once covered our land are quickly disappearing. Between 2001 and 2018, India lost over 1.6 million hectares of forest. That's an area larger than the state of Himachal Pradesh. This loss of green cover not only disrupts the habitats of countless wildlife species, but also contributes to global warming, as fewer trees mean more carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Next, we have water pollution. Believe it or not, 70% of our surface water is polluted. That's right, 7 out of 10 water bodies in our country are contaminated, affecting both human health and aquatic life. This pollution comes from various sources, from untreated sewage to industrial waste, making our rivers, lakes, and ponds unsafe for use. Then there's soil degradation. Our land is losing its ability to support life. Over-intensive farming, overuse of chemical fertilizers, and erosion are stripping our soil of its nutrients, making it less fertile and more prone to desertification. This is a ticking time bomb for a country where a significant portion of the population relies on agriculture for their livelihood. Lastly, let's not forget about wildlife loss. Our diverse fauna, from the majestic Bengal tiger to the tiny Indian nightjar, is under threat. Habitat destruction, poaching, and climate change are pushing many species towards extinction. These figures paint a grim picture of our future if we don't act now. We need to acknowledge the depth of the problem and start making changes, big and small, to reverse the damage and safeguard our environment for future generations. Ignoring these issues isn't an option because the consequences are dire. The neglect of environmental concerns has a significant bearing on human health and the economy of our country. Pollution, a byproduct of our actions, is a silent killer, claiming millions of premature lives each year in India. The air we breathe, the water we drink, they're all under threat. Each particle of pollutant we inhale, each drop of contaminated water we consume, is chipping away at our health. The economic implications are equally alarming. Pollution is not just a health hazard, it's an economic sinkhole. The economic cost of pollution is estimated to be 5.7% of our country's GDP. That's a significant chunk of our nation's wealth being drained away year after year. The clock is ticking and the stakes are high. Our actions today will determine the world we leave for our children. But there's hope. Each of us has the power to make a difference. Indeed, the power of individual action is immense. Small changes in our daily lives can contribute significantly to environmental conservation. It all begins at home, with a conscious effort to reduce, reuse, and recycle. Imagine if each of us made a commitment to reduce our waste. The impact would be monumental. We could start by using less plastic, opting for reusable bags, bottles, and containers. We could choose products with less packaging, or better yet, buy in bulk. Then there's the principle of reusing. Many items that we consider trash can actually be given a second life. Old jars can be used for storage, worn-out clothes can be turned into rags, and food scraps can be composted to enrich our gardens. Recycling is another powerful tool. Paper, glass, metal, and certain types of plastic can all be recycled, saving resources and reducing the amount of waste that ends up in our landfills and oceans. But our efforts shouldn't stop at waste management. There's so much more we can do. We can conserve water by fixing leaks, installing low-flow fixtures, and using rainwater for gardening. We can save electricity by turning off lights and unplugging electronics when they're not in use. And let's not forget about renewable energy. By supporting solar, wind, and other clean energy sources, we can help reduce our reliance on fossil fuels, which are a major contributor to climate change. But our individual actions won't be enough if we don't also demand action from our leaders. We need policies that promote sustainability and protect our environment. We must hold our leaders accountable and make sure they prioritize the health of our planet. We can also make a difference by educating others about these issues. By sharing our knowledge and inspiring others to act, we can create a ripple effect that can lead to real, lasting change. The time to act is now. Your actions matter. Together, we can create a cleaner, healthier, and more sustainable India.